Okay, looks like it's 10 o'clock according to our Madam Clerk for the day. Let's call the meeting to order for May 10th, Polk County Courthouse. And at this time, we'd like to ask Mr. Wayne Bickley with Soda Baptist Church to lead us in prayer.
Thank you for this opportunity. Father in heaven, I thank you for the opportunity that you give me to come and lift up and pray for this Commissioner's Court. God, we recognize you as the creator of the universe. Also, you created this earth. According to your word, anyone who has authority given here on this earth, it's been appointed by you. You're the ones that's let these men and women have authority over our county. God, you tell us that you know every hair on our head, and I know that if you know that you know everything and every condition that's going on in Polk County. And God, you put these men and women right here in charge of making decisions that will affect every person in Polk County. So I want to lift these men and women up to you. God, I pray as we pray every week for this group of people right here, as they make decisions that affect us, that you will give them knowledge that surpasses their own personal knowledge of how they've been raised or how they've been taught. But God, that you would give them supernatural knowledge to know the decisions that is going to be correct and that's going to honor you and to please you. So that's why we stand here today. We stand here in honor of you, thanking you for being the creator and loving us the way you have through your son Jesus Christ. And so I lift up these leaders in Polk County. Thank you for putting us all right here in Polk County, and we love the area that you've put us in here, and we pray that you'll continue to bless it. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Okay, join me in the pledge. Attention to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Okay, item number 2, public comments. Did anyone sign up? Item number 3, informational reports. We have the yearly activity report from Emergency Management.
Ma'am?
Good morning. I wanted to provide you with an update on the conditions resulting from the severe thunderstorm and heavy rainfall that occurred overnight. Currently, the Trinity River Authority is releasing 72,600 CFS from the Lake Livingston Dam. The National Weather Service is forecasting that the Trinity River at Goodrich will reach moderate flood stage, Menard Creek to reach minor flood stage, and Long King to be in action stage. The SO reports that all roads are passable at this time, and there are no reports of damage to any homes or structures at this time. The National Weather Service forecasts heavy rainfall will occur again overnight tonight and through Saturday morning. And OEM will continue to monitor weather conditions and post updates on our website and Facebook page. Over the past year, the following emergency plans were updated: radiological protection, health and medical services, recovery, hazardous materials and oil response, public works and engineering, legal, and hazard mitigation. Since my last report, we have conducted 4 exercises on the following scenarios: active shooter, hurricane, tornado drill, chemical spill, which was a real-world incident, OEM staff also participated in a tabletop exercise conducted by the Trinity River Authority and a tabletop exercise conducted by the Georgia Pacific plant in Corrigan. The Livingston Lions Club, Encompass Home Health, Rotary Club, and the Methodist Men's Breakfast Group each invited OEM to give a disaster preparedness and recovery presentation. OEM hosted Red Cross Shelter Fundamentals Training in July of 2018 and April of 2019. 9 people were trained as shelter associates, and we have asked 4 to complete Red Cross training to be shelter managers. OEM co-hosted Intermediate and Advanced Incident Command Training with CHI St. Luke's Hospital. We held Web EOC and Resource Request Training for EOC staff. We co-hosted an active shooter safety class for county employees with the Adult Probation Department and Sheriff's Office. OEM also hosted Cameo software refresher training for volunteer fire department personnel and National Weather Service Skywarn spotter training for the general public. In June of 2018, OEM held its first annual hurricane party. The event was well attended and included regional and state partners. OEM presented the 2018 National Weather Service Hurricane Forecast, the county's hurricane response plan, and discussed personnel needs in various response areas. The second annual hurricane party is scheduled for Thursday, June 13th, so elected officials and department heads, please mark your calendars. On September 24th of 2018, we launched our new website, polkcountyoem.com. In October of 2018, in the expectation of the Trinity River reaching flood level, OEM elevated our alert level to increase readiness. Major flooding along the Trinity River did occur, and Judge Murphy issued a local disaster declaration for the flood event. 1 home flooded, and a few private properties were affected. County-owned infrastructure was not damaged. However, the hydroelectric plant powerhouse owned by ETEC flooded. This event received a presidential disaster declaration, and ETEC has applied for FEMA public assistance. Over the past year, OEM had a presence at the July 4th Unalaska fireworks celebration and distributed disaster preparedness and Hurricane Harvey recovery information at our booths at the 2018 Livingston Hometown Christmas and the 2019 MLK Multicultural Festival. OEM staff attended on-scene crisis leadership and decision-making for hazmat incidents, building LEPCs, public information officer, and all hazards EOC training. We continue to provide monthly safety training to county departments and CPR AED SFA training. In December, we distributed to county employees 36 individual safety awards and also distributed the department safety awards and 1 Excellence in Safety Award. In February of this year, OEM and the Angelina County and Cities Health District tested the public health pod plan by conducting a full-scale influenza outbreak exercise at the Escapees RV Club. The exercise had 80 participants, and 31 students from the Livingston High School criminal justice class played the role of our influenza victims. We are grateful for their participation and enjoyed interacting with them that day. In March of this year, the county executed an amended emergency watershed protection grant agreement with the NRCS for the Taylor Lake Estates subdivision project to mitigate erosion and stabilize a portion of the Trinity River bank to protect ingress and egress to the subdivision. An environmental assessment has been completed, and Goodwin Lassiter is working through the environmental permitting process. This year, we activated the Polk County Disaster Recovery Team to identify and meet disaster-related unmet needs in the county. The team is in the process of reorganizing and building their board of directors. The Disaster Recovery Team has had several meetings with nonprofit organizations to discuss unmet needs in the county. The Disaster Recovery Team and the Center of Hope have held 3 recovery events that enabled many residents to connect with nonprofits and apply for aid. OEM attended and supported all 3 events. I provided you with a snapshot of the county's Hurricane Harvey recovery statistics. Substantial aid and recovery resources and funds have been distributed to county residents as follows. FEMA individual assistance registrations in the amount of $3.09 million for housing and other disaster-related expenses approved for 696 residents. Small Business Administration low-interest loans in the amount of $2.16 million, which included funds for housing repairs approved for 52 residents. FEMA mobile housing units provided direct housing assistance to 7 residents. National Flood Insurance Program paid $1.63 million on 44 claims. The Rebuild Texas Preps program repaired 36 homes. And Catholic Charities continues to provide disaster case management for our county. The Texas Department of Health and Human Services, Texas Workforce Commission, Community Action, Salvation Army, American Red Cross, and the Center of Hope have provided other monetary and/or item assistance to residents impacted by Harvey. So far, the Texas General Land Office has received 92 applications from Polk County residents for the Homeowners Assistance Program. 2 homes have been approved for project initiation. 18 applications have been submitted by residents for the Homeowners Reimbursement Program. The General Land Office is still taking applications for both the Homeowners Assistance and Homeowners Reimbursement Programs. Residents can visit with program representatives on the 2nd floor of the courthouse on Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have received $331,481.51 in reimbursement for the county's Hurricane Harvey FEMA Public Assistance projects. I have provided for your review a report which includes project information from previous disasters as well. In April, the FEMA approved and jurisdiction adopted Polk County multi-jurisdiction hazard mitigation plan was distributed to the cities and placed on the county and OEM website for public access. This is a Census 2020 update for you. In March of 2018, rural addressing received the 2020 Census address materials. 27,146 existing address points in the unincorporated areas of the county were examined. An additional 3,774 addresses were geocoded into the online mapping system for consideration in the Census 2020 count. Beginning September 2019, the county will participate in the 2020 Census new construction program to update the Census Bureau's residential address list with living quarters for which construction is in progress during or after March 1st, 2018, and completion is expected by Census Day, April 1st, 2020. A TxDOT update of county road inventory. In June 2018, TxDOT implemented its data updates and sharing application online mapping system and invited the county to update its road inventory using the online map. TxDOT will certify the 2018 mileage from the 2018 updates in June of 2019. We continue our work to help keep Polk County ready, and this concludes my report.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, item number 4, new business consent agenda. Don't have any addendums, changes. Is there anything that anybody wishes to pull from the consent agenda? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Purvis, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, consider approval of personnel matters as follows. Review and consideration of personnel action form requests submitted since the last meeting, and review of any authorized emergency hirings. And there are no emergency hires. The listing of the PAS was in your packet.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Vincent. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. B, approve update to personnel management system. This is a revision of the museum curator job description with more current language in it. And it comes on the recommendation of the Polk County Historical Commission, and a copy of that updated job description was also included in your printer.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Overstreet, second Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, consider request for revisions to the budget as follows. The FYI 2019 budget revisions as presented by the County Auditor's Office, and those are also included for your review in your packet.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, considering any and all necessary action regarding bid number 2019-17, purchase of 3 used motor graders with optional trade-in of 3 used motor graders for Road and Bridge Precinct 3. Commissioner Purvis? The summary of the bids is also in your packets.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I'll get my numbers right.
That's fine.
You find it? I ain't found it. It's
We're messing with
ahead
it.
of the
We
census.
put it in everybody else's, just not in his.
Let me rip this page out and bring it to you. It's right before the sheriff's stuff. If you see it, it's just towards the back, Mill, way on back. It's right past the budget revisions.
Right, next one.
You get to them. They stuck my pages together with the dog.
Should have done that. Got them in there and stuck them together.
I'm gonna accept the bid from Doggett Machinery.
Okay.
This is the total purchase price is $432,500 for three motor graders.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and accept their trade-in, trade
Okay.
mine in for a total price of $107,000. Ma'am,
I'm sorry, are you purchasing this out of your fund balance and reimbursing?
yes, ma'am, I was getting to that part.
She's been in training with Marcia.
How we was gonna fund it, so.
Okay, very well. So, in the amount of $432,500, 3 motor graders, and also accepting the trade-in at $170,000.
107.
107, excuse me.
7,000.
107. Okay, and all of this will come out of your fund balance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, comes as a motion.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, discuss and consider any and all necessary action regarding requests from the Sheriff's Office and Jail for capital purchases to be paid from fund balance and included on the FY 2019 reimbursement resolution for year-end issuance of legally authorized debt as follows. We have a couple of them that were approved. A, consider approval of Sheriff's Office request for purchase of fingerprint system in the amount of $28,796 from general fund balance as listed on the capital purchase projections of the FYI 2019 budget. This system has already been purchased and installed, and so we are backing up to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Purvis?
Sorry.
I have 3 seconds. Okay, Commissioner Vincent, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, consider approval of the Sheriff's Office request for purchase of remaining incident response equipment and tasers in the amount of $18,308 out of general fund balance as listed on capital purchase projections of the FY 2019 budget. The equipment has already been ordered, and it will exceed the amount that was listed on the FY 2019 capital projections by $1,590.47. But if we approve it, then the entire amount will come out of fund balance and added to our capital projections.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, consider new requests for capital purchase that were not submitted and not included in the FY 2019 capital purchase projection, and determine the method of funding. The jail has requested an additional mower to be used by the jail work crew in the amount of $9,699. It was not originally listed on the 2019 capital purchase projection, and so it requires a separate consideration by the court.
And with this request it's not actually an additional, but it's to replace the big gravely that we have. It stays broke down more than and we're able to use it. Paul and Deputy Kane and Deputy Bethune are doing a lot of mowing, doing a lot of good work, and this mower stays broke down quite a bit. We just need to get it replaced, get it off of our list.
Motion to approve.
Well, but we're still purchasing a new one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we would have to add the monies.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it's not a swap out. Okay, Commissioner Willis, who's second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Overstreet, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, on the method of funding, do we want to add this to our capital projections?
I consider paying my part. They do a pretty good job on me.
I second that.
Okay, so,
Y'all want to split it 4 ways
Well,
or not?
our capital,
you didn't want to fund the whole thing?
he's not interested.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. be fine.
Leave the mower at your shop, huh?
Yeah, just park it out there in my barn. No, I can say, I mean, I know we've turned all this over to the sheriff and whatnot, but they take pretty good care of all 4 of us on our facilities, so
Okay.
I don't mind doing that.
Commissioner Overstreet, second by Commissioner Purvis, for it to be split equally amongst the commissioners. Is that correct?
That'll work.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
One-time deal, Byron.
Just this year?
Yeah, just this, no.
Okay, no need for you to sit down, Chief. Next one's yours too. Consider acceptance of Rebuild Texas Fund Grant in the amount of $50,900 for the Sheriff's Office to purchase, operate, and maintain a rescue boat. They applied for this grant from Rebuild Texas and it was awarded. It does not require any matching funds from the county, and the only stipulation on it is that the money must be expended in 6 months. If it's not, then it must be returned to Rebuild Texas. The copies of the grant award letter and the resolution are included in your packets for your review.
Being able to get the money spent within the 6 months is not a problem. We've already spoke with our vendor. The vendor is just waiting for the money to drop. As soon as the money drops, they're going to start ordering the equipment to mount to the boat. We've already worked out an agreement with TRA where we'll be housing the boat, and they will even help us with the maintaining and maintenance of it. So we're just waiting now just for the funding to drop so we'll be able to move forward after
This-
approval.
This doesn't have any effect on the bid part, of being $50,900.
No, sir, that was the amount of the grant that was
That's
awarded.
just, I mean, that's what some,
That will
just
cover it.
clarification on it, so.
Yes,
yeah.
sir, that will cover it. That was
No
the,
problem with any of that.
that was their grant request.
Yep, okay. Motion approved.
Second.
Motion to approve Commissioner Overstreet, second Commissioner Vincent. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Number 11, discuss and consider any and all necessary action regarding participation in the new construction program for the 2020 census. Basically, what this allows us to do is if there is construction that's going on while the census, or when the census starts getting started, then we will have a liaison that will give us locations that will be concluded, finished by the time the census is done. And in the past, Linda in mapping has been that individual. And so the question is, does the court wish to participate and allow Linda to to go ahead and include those in the census. She's willing.
Yeah, is it, if you, she willing to
Are
do
you
it?
willing?
It's supposed to take 48 hours, so why not?
Yeah, it's a way of picking up some more people. When I read through it, you know.
Yes, sir.
So,
It would be, of course, not to do it would just be
yeah.
strange.
It would be foolish for us
Yeah.
not to, given the fact that we've had so much growth and we know that is going to impact the monies that would come into the county.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Vincent, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any
Linda's
further
in
discussion?
charge.
Huh? Linda's in charge.
of it.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, discussing, considering any and all necessary action regarding security at the tax office. One thing to keep in mind, go ahead, Jay. One thing to keep in mind is we did discuss having the revising or looking at security in all the offices, like the JPs. And so this is something that was under, has been under consideration, and now we've basically the tax office. Mr. Willis, I believe you requested this.
Yeah, I did. And I have to apologize to my tax collector because I should have done this before I left. And but we didn't. And there's no panic buttons. There's no cameras. There's no nothing over there. This would help with more security. Be less likely anything to happen. And you know how some stuff happens every once in a while. So go ahead with your bid.
Well, in your defense, Mr. Willis, technology's come a little bit since then, so
Yeah.
we can do a little bit more. So
When you left, it has come a long way.
I don't know if y'all received just the sketch notes and the sketch I drew out for the bid process of getting from some of the local vendors. But what I provided to them based on conversation with Mr. Willis was a camera system and for the possibility of it to be monitored off-site. The 3 interior doors, which the staff has to go through once you enter the building. Mag locks put on those with the proximity cards like we have now. And there is currently 4 panic buttons in the building, but we're looking at adding 8 more to where each desk has got a panic button. In the surveying of this project, I feel it would probably be necessary to add the 8 more because of the location of the ones and things like that. And then on that also is a combination of any interlocking systems or anything like that. So the drawing just kind of was what I drew out as where I thought maybe the camera should be, and it gives us mainly for like prosecution reasons or something afterwards, or during an event of something happening, is it gives them a view of outside of which way a person would leave the building or enter from the building, and then of course something to watch all the tellers as they come in and out, and then hopefully some kind of facial recognition as they come in the doors, front or back. And both companies that come out and met with me kind of agreed with that. Is 8 camera system would be good for this application here. In that CMS, I contacted Livcom, which is also part of the CMS IP Technologies. They met with me, and then East Tech Security. We do use both of these companies on various buildings, so as far as the work, I'm happy with either one of them. The bids come back with all of them in place. The bid for CMS was $12,723.10. East Tex did break it down like I specified in here, and put an 8 camera system, which the cameras are a little bit better quality. They're a 5 megapixel as compared to a 3, and it would record on site, and then it would be IP addressable off site in this case. And what that is simply you could log in from anywhere. If they had an incident going on, hostage situation, anything like that inside the building, the SRT team could actually be monitoring inside the building as long as the system and the cameras are up and working and all.
Is that with East Tex?
That's with the East Tex. Either one would do the same thing.
Okay.
The CMS bid was a little higher because they wanted to provide a computer and monitoring all specifically for this to be placed at the Sheriff's Department, and their system will probably most likely be IP addressable, but they did include the computer in here. East Tex did not include it because of being a IP addressable is, we can computer, talking to Casey yesterday, we could actually purchase a computer for $500 to $800 if we wanted just a separate standalone computer for it. And like I say, IP addressable, they could pull it up on a current computer they have. So either route, we want to go there. So understand, if we do accept this as a total package, we would still, if we want to dedicate a computer to it, have to purchase that. And like I say, any laptop or anything would work for that. They broke it down. They included taxes on it, which they always do, and we just have to take them off. But a total price from East Tex would be $5,362.50. We are currently paying a monthly monitoring fee for the panic buttons, and the only thing East Tex would want is it be done through them, which would be a $25 recurring fee, which is basically what we're paying now a month. That's just to monitor the panic buttons. Everything else is standalone and would be, ours. But like I say, it is broken down. If y'all have the sheets there, for the camera system itself is $2,762.50. The wireless panic buttons, which on the wireless also is they're portable. You could actually, if you have an incident going on or something, you could keep it on your purse instead of just leaving it at the desk. That's $350. It would be added to the system we have right now. You'd get compatible devices for it. And then the mag locks would use the proximity cards like we use for everything already, gas and judicial and sheriff's department buildings and all. $2,250 on that. So my recommendation is, if we decide to do any or all, that we would go with East Tex due to the price. As far as how far the court would want to go at this time or do anything later, anything like that, of course that's up to y'all to decide what we want to do. But like I say, the total price would be $5,362.50, and then another computer if we decide to do a separate computer.
Leslie, you have any input, recommendation?
Well, I know, as you said, when you were there, times have changed. People have definitely changed. And they're not getting nicer. This past 2-3 weeks, we have had some very unruly people. And as far as those locking doors, I'll go ahead and tell you, DMV is not happy the way we don't have locking doors, where people can just come in, especially on that side with those two doors. They would rather it be under lock and key of some sort. Anybody can just come in those doors. They don't stop.
Jay, what was the total again on that East Tex deal?
But honestly, my very important concern is the safety of my employees and the safety of my customers, after 2 of the issues that we've had.
Have you had any instances with your outer line offices?
One, yes, and it's mostly just angry customers. They haven't, to my knowledge, they haven't threatened her yet.
Well, isn't that going to be addressed on what you're putting together, though, these outline offices?
Yeah, so perhaps we could accept the East Tex, for now, and then, because part of it with the security, I mean, technically security falls under the sheriff's purview, and then when we get an opportunity to kind of get everything together, then we can look at what other things possibly need to be done, not just at Leslie's office, but the JPs and everyone else that we had previously expressed concern about.
And I have one question, Jay. Is this audio or just visual?
No, ma'am. We don't want to put audio on there. I've spoke with Texas Rangers about things like that, and you don't want to put audio on any of your systems.
Okay. We were asking about that.
Their advice is to cut any audio cables off completely.
Okay.
Is that a privacy issue or something?
Because one,
Yeah, you have to tell people if you're on.
You have an expectation of privacy, even.
well, one gentleman that we had in there, we would have loved to have him on audio.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about the camera system too is in this case of hand gestures, anything like that, prosecution reasons is the biggest thing for it. And then, like I say, if the court does opt to view it off-site at the sheriff's department is, of course, they, like I say, they have a live feed as it's going on. I spoke with Mark Jones over there, and he's got a little inconspicuous spot. He puts it in, it's like we said, dispatch doesn't have to watch it 24 hours a day, but if a panic button is hitting or something, it goes to the sheriff's department. Of course, they can start watching it there and advise officers, you know, as they're responding to the scene.
Well, then in that case, I'm sure that they would prefer to have the more powerful camera, right, that East Texas is providing as opposed to the 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think if
I mean, what we're seeing nowadays, you know, on social media and whatnot, all these pictures coming out off these cheap cameras, and you couldn't identify half of them if they're, as far as from me to Mr. Lyons there, I mean, you can't tell who they are sometimes, so.
So I think it would be in their best interest and in yours in terms of reviewing footage to have the stronger camera.
Yeah.
And I'm finding out a lot of the people I'm having issues with, it's not just my office, it's different offices within the county. And it's, you know, to have my ladies face these unruly people is what they are. They're very unruly.
Gotcha. Well, we can certainly proceed. We want everybody to be safe, everybody that works in the county to be safe. So we can certainly proceed, but then go ahead and include your office in terms of looking at all the options and, you know, in terms of what else needs to be done to keep everybody safe.
Talking about go ahead with this one.
Yeah.
And look at those outline offices in that package of stuff that we
Yes,
like.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, see,
Well, I
even
do-
like
I do-
our office, we need
Well, I do know Dana.
to be looked at.
She is in there with the JP. The JP just had bulletproof glass installed on their side, but not on her side.
That's
We
because
actually-
she was included in what we were going to review,
Yeah.
you know.
But
We actually just got that in. We're
Yeah,
making
yeah.
arrangements to get
So
that put in
we're
now.
making
But,
arrangements for everybody.
as far as Dana, like I said, she's okay.
Well, we want to review everybody, especially those outlying areas. Okay.
Ms. Willis, answer your question, 5,360, 250. Plus a computer, make a separate.
We go with that bid, yeah. Second.
Motion Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Does that that include if they want, if we need the computer, does that
Oh.
include that?
Well, we'll accept this bid and the computer will go through IT because that's
yeah.
in her budget already.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. My girls really appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay, Commissioner Overstreet.
Most to adjourn.
Motion to
Second.
adjourn. Second Commissioner Purvis. All in favor say aye.
Uh,
Any